Hello students, I'm Mr. Gore. I want to welcome you to U.S. History 2 this summer at Grayson College. Thank you for taking the time to watch on this welcome video. I have quite a bit of information that I think will help you get off to a great start in the course. Plus I provide some information that you'll need to answer in your self-introductory assignment in the class. And then after this video, please watch my navigation video where I show you where everything is located in the class in Canvas. And also I go through and show you where each of the things on your Canvas scavenger hunt are located in the class, and I go through them kind of even list the numbers and so forth on there. So first off, in U.S. History 2, we'll be covering basically the time period of the Gilded Age, right after kind of Civil War and Reconstruction, all the way to as present day as you can get without being in current events and so forth. So in the 2000s, and in this course we cover. And I love teaching U.S. History 2 as much as I love U.S. History 1 as well. But we talk about the successes in U.S. history. We talk about the failures and mistakes. And I think learning the story of U.S. history and the complexity and then and so forth are very helpful for students as you go out into the working world. Many of you are in the working world. A lot of my students are working full time and having a family and so forth. But I hope you enjoy learning about U.S. history. With our successes and our failures and so forth that we have in U.S. history. So first off, let's go. I want to start talking about your textbook. So I use a free textbook through OpenStack. Now this is a bounded copy that's a little over $50 on Amazon. You don't have to purchase the bounded copy. I just did a few years ago when I switched to it. Some of the U.S. history classes at Grayson used the American WAP textbook. I used this one from OpenStax. So it's there's a PDF you can download from the website. You can download it to any of your Kindle, your Nook, any of your e-readers you may have. You can just access it from the website on your device if you'd like. But it's a free ebook. You don't have to buy the bounded copy. But usually, students when I started adopting would ask, "Hey, Mr. Gore, is there like a paper copy? I like to highlight and take notes." Yeah, it is a little over $50 on Amazon, but you can do so if you want to purchase that. If you can, but really the ebook is free and we try to save you money and so forth of your overall college costs. So let's talk about your due dates in the class. And so this is really a 15-week class is condensed down to 5 weeks. And so because of that, you're going to have assignments due every day, Monday through Friday. And there's 3 days, you're going to have 2 reading quizzes due on the same day. Now, I'm doing something this summer that I have not done before. And that is, typically I've had hard assignment due dates, and if you don't have assignment completed by that due date or request an extension, you receive a 0. You'll notice in the syllabus at the very bottom of where it's got the course calendar, you'll see like assignments due on a Tuesday, but then out in parentheses it says can be submitted as late as, and then it gives you another date. And that may be like that Friday or that Sunday or something. There's a couple assignments like the writing assignment, the final exam that you cannot submit past the due date. The reason why I'm doing that is because this is a 15-week course condensed down into almost 5 weeks, and a lot of my students work full time, and so it's difficult. You may have a day where you get called in for a double shift at work. You may travel or something, take a longer weekend, be gone on a Friday. So this gives you a little grace and cushion. Now, if you don't complete the assignment by the date in that parentheses on the syllabus, guess what? You receive a 0. On the assignment. And so, but I don't have any assignments due on Saturdays and Sundays, but like you can look in the parentheses where it tells you that on the syllabus at the last couple of pages as late as you can submit it. And I'll go over how to get an extension in just a minute as well. Let's go over the types of assignments I have in the class. So I have 3 introductory assignments where every student should earn full credit, and everybody should start the class with a 25 out of 25. I start out with a self-introduction assignment where you introduce yourself to the class. You tell the 3 steps to attain extension and what are the consequences for not completing assignment by the due date or by the, but can be submitted as late as due date on the syllabus. And I'll go over that in just a minute. Also, a syllabus quiz. It's unlimited attempts, so keep attempting it until you get all of them correct. And then the Canvas scavenger hunt. And please watch my navigation video where I'll show you where all those are located. Also, there is a 10 multiple choice question quiz on each chapter that we cover in U.S. History 2. So that's chapter basically 17 through 32 in the class. And there's 1 attempt on those, and you have 12 minutes to complete them. Now, I encourage you to use notes. There are open notes. I want you to take notes as you read the textbook and have those notes out with you as you're taking your quizzes. Now, they may be asking, well, Mr. Gore, why are they only 12 minutes? Well, I don't want you to look every single thing up. I want to make sure you're actually reading the chapter and so forth. So you'll have a chapter reading quiz from chapter 17 through 32 in the class. The lowest two are dropped automatically in Canvas. So you'll notice when you complete the first two, you're like, wait a minute, I didn't get any credit for this. It's dropped. Well, as you complete 17, 18, and you get to 19, then it'll update as you complete each quiz. It'll automatically drop the lowest two. So just wanted to let you know that in Canvas, in case you get confused by that, I automatically drop your two lowest reading quizzes. Now, there's 3 module exams. Module 1, 2, and 3 have an exam. Module 4 is only chapter 31 and 32. There's not a module exam on module 4. But those are 70 multiple choice questions, and you'll have 70 minutes to complete those. I also have the lowest module exam dropped automatically in Canvas. So when you complete module 1, you're like, wait a minute, it's dropped. When you complete module 2 exam, it'll update. And as you complete module 3, it'll update. Whichever the one was the lowest will get dropped. The final exam is comprehensive, and it's worth 200 points. It is not dropped. It is mandatory, so do not fail to complete that, and there is no extension for that. You have to complete it by the due date just because we have to submit final grades and so forth. Now, there's 3 essays in a class. There is 2 film assignments where you get to pick between different documentaries, and those are worth 75 points each. Those are usually students' favorite assignments. It helps you visualize the time period. And then there's a writing assignment over the use of the atomic bomb. That one's worth 100 points. Before you begin that assignment, I have an instructional video where I explain the assignment instructions. Make sure that you watch that. All U.S. History 2 classes at Grayson, this is one of our general education assessments, have to complete this assignment or another assignment that's similar in all U.S. History 2 classes and so forth. All of the writing assignments have Turnitin.com built into Canvas. It will check for plagiarism. Make sure you do your own work. Don't plagiarize from an online source. Make sure it's your work and so forth. So those are the types of assignments in the class and so forth. Let's go over how do you obtain the extension. So I made it easier this summer with, having the due dates. Typically I have hard due dates, but now I've got, can be submitted as late as on the syllabus. But let's say you have to go to the ER, or you have a major car accident, or you have a death in the family. So the 3 steps to obtain extension are email me before the assignment is due, or before the before the date that's listed, can be submitted as late as on the syllabus. Email me before then. Explain the reason for needing extension. Step 2 is ask for the extension. Don't just assume one will be given. And step 3, tell me when you're going to have it completed. If you don't ask for an extension, don't complete the assignment by the due date, or can be submitted as late as, you'll receive a 0 for the assignment. Now, as long as you're within that window, can be submitted as late as time frame, you don't have to ask for an extension. But if you're coming up on that date and you can't complete it because of an emergency, then that's when you email me to request an extension. So step 1 is email me before the assignment. Latest the assignment can be turned in. Tell me the reason for needing extension. Step 2 is ask for the extension, and step 3, tell me when you're going to have it complete. If you don't do that, you will receive a 0 on the assignment. That's a writing assignment, film assignment, quiz, test, the whole 9 yards. And so forth. So that's the answer to the very last question on your self-introduction assignment. Now, let's say that you have an emergency beyond your control that can prevent you from communicating with me ahead of time. You just got to provide proof of that emergency in order to receive an extension past that. Let's go over tips in the course. Sounds like the last thing I'll cover in this video. Everything's available from the introductory assignments all the way through the final exam from day 1. Work ahead. Over the weekends, work ahead as much as you can, so that way when you have those busy dates, you have some grace and wiggle room built in, so you don't have to worry about the class if you have some busy days that come up in your schedules. Also, at a minimum, you've got to read the chapter in the textbook for the quizzes. Now, I've got recorded lectures. I really want you to watch those, but I know that life happens, and especially with this course being condensed down into almost 5 weeks, you may not have time to watch every single recorded lecture. And so, let's say a quiz due on a Tuesday, you didn't have time to watch the recorded lectures. You can always go back to the next weekend and watch them, prepare for your next module exam. But make sure that you're at least at a minimum reading the textbook chapter. I've got lecture notes and PowerPoints posted to help you as well. Most of the quiz questions come from the textbook, but a few do come from the lectures and so forth. And so that will help you. I've also got module exam review videos where I review each concept listed on that particular exam review. I review those in order. So I strongly recommend that you watch those before you take any of your module exams. And then the last tip is take your module exam test review before you begin reading each chapter in that module. And as you read each chapter and listen to the recorded lectures, anytime you see one of those concepts or hear me talk about one of those concepts, go and write down what you hear or read in the textbook. What you'll be doing is you'll be reviewing for your test as you read each chapter in the module. And you'll find that you won't have to cram as much when you're doing that. I know it's time-consuming and tedious to do that, but students over the years have told me that has helped them be successful when they've actually taken the time to do that. So hopefully those things will help you get off to a great start. I've also got a study tips announcement posted in Canvas with some other helpful tips as well. Please let me know if you have any questions. Looking forward to having each of you in class this summer, and looking forward to a great course. Thank you for watching.